Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Children as young as 7 are being taught inappropriate lessons. They are being taught that there are 18 genders, and some of them could be two-spirit. They're being asked to, describe how they feel having been born with a vagina, but feeling like a boy. That kind of thing. The parents are up in arms, and that isn't the only thing. They're doing the same thing with NHS patients, asking women in their 70s about the same questions about their genders. It's all rather confusing for them, especially as they're coming from a world where there's only 2 genders, and indeed are we all. Take a look at this. It is just weird. The complaints are already going in, of course, but there is once more this inappropriate push to do these things to children, which we really must reject at every available start. So I'm going to do this story to help reject this completely baffling push. Well, it's not completely baffling, is it? We know why. There's one reason. There's one reason only why these people are pushing at children. But we'll push that through and have a look at this. So, parents' fury as they claim children as young as 7 are being told they can be pangender by teachers, while NHS patient form emerges listing 18 genders including two-spirit. Parents complained to the Church of England school after seeing lesson plans, and one furious parent branded the teaching materials as age inappropriate, which they most definitely are. And again, this is one of these things where the teachers are doing this. They're pushing these things, but nobody is telling the parents. There's no consultation. It's our little secret. And when an adult is doing that to a child that's not their own, and talking about our little secret, and we don't tell the parents, then there is a word for that. And we know that word is grooming. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, you must never trust teachers. They're not all bad, but there's enough of them that are doing this shit. This is grooming, and you cannot trust them for it. Anyway, parents were left outraged after finding out that children as young as 7 are being told they can be pangender by teachers at a primary school in England. And after seeing their children's lesson plans, which showed they were being taught about contested gender identity beliefs, parents launched complaints to the Church of England schools leaders. Pupils at Swanton Morley VC Primary School in Dereham in Norfolk are also being taught about being born with a vagina but feeling like a boy, a parent claimed. And none of this it's only come to light not out of the school going to the parents and saying this is what we're teaching. This is coming out through other means. The secret is out. The cat has been let out of the bag, and of course the parents are up in arms about it. The controversial teaching material on relationships and sex education was provided to the school by Educator Solutions, a trading arm of Norfolk County Council. One outraged parent with 2 children at the school said the material was taught without any consultation with families, and that makes it grooming. She told the Telegraph it was age inappropriate, partisan, unscientific and dangerous, adding, "I love my children and I will not allow them to be exposed to radical ideologies at an inappropriate age and in an imbalanced way. She is a wise woman and I hope her children are protected because she needs to do that." Telling 7-year-old girls they can be born like a girl but feel like a boy inside, and that there are more than 2 genders, is simply wrong. It is child abuse. It is quite simply abuse. You are putting into these children at a very impressionable age ideologies which could end up causing massive psychological harm to children. This is what teachers up and down the country are doing, and no one is standing up and stopping it. You need to have cameras in classrooms pointed at the teachers, listening at the teachers. Everybody with a child in the school must be able to monitor every single lesson and know the content of those lessons. And when that happens, ideology like this will stop, because the teachers will be immediately straight on to that school. Because the parents will be straight on to the phone to that school. They will be inundated, and parents will be at that gate, and they know who the teacher is and what the teacher said. And that is the only way this shit is going to stop. You need to make it stop. This comes in the wake of government launching a review of the sex education in schools after evidence was found of massive amounts of age inappropriate content being taught. A Norfolk County Council spokesman said primary schools are enabled and encouraged to cover LGBT content within these lessons if they consider it age appropriate to do so. Not your place to do this, parents' place to do this. What is taught and how is ultimately a decision for the school, which means it is not going by any kind of quality control. It's just how woke the head teacher of that school is and how dangerous and groomy these teachers are. And they can teach whatever they like to your kids, and they do not tell you what they're doing. That makes them groomers and peas, every single one of them. Because if they teach it, that's what they are. And if you're a teacher at that school and you're not whistleblowing, then you're conniving with them, and that puts you in the same boat. Every teacher, every single teacher. The controversy in primary schools came as hospital chiefs also came under fire for listing 18 different gender options on a patient form, including two-spirit and agender. Well, it's certainly an agenda that's going on here. Reports came as a survey was given to a woman in her 70s at Darlington Memorial Hospital in County Durham. She says, I've no idea what some of these are. Of course you haven't, love. They're not real. They're invented by very, very weird, mentally ill people to try and cover up the fact that they're normal, where in actual fact they're dangerously mental ill and highly likely to be an endangerment to vulnerable women and children. But I'm going to go on there, but it's just all the time another school doing it, pushing it on children behind the backs of teachers. And I'm coming up. So there we are, yet again, another school, another controversy, another example of how dangerous these schools are to your children, directly and indirectly. They can cause long-term mental and psychological damage by pushing inappropriate stuff at a very early age. But of course, they do it deliberately at this age. They're trying to normalise everything that they're pushing. Eventually, their aim is to normalise the P. And and these teachers are conniving in it, and it is a terrible thing. So just anyone who says, "Oh, I'm a teacher," look at them. Make sure, you check with them. Do you teach this stuff? Do you go behind parents' backs? Ask them the awkward questions. Let's make it so embarrassing. Let's make it so terrible to admit in public you're a teacher because of what they're doing that these people will eventually stop doing it. It's the only way out. Because it is ultimately going to damage thousands, if not more, of tens of thousands of children. And I shall stop there. Thank you very much for listening. If you like what you see in here on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and bloody well guard your children, and make sure you know what's going on in their lessons. And goodbye.